Have you ever pondered on the complexities of justice and mercy as depicted in William Shakespeare's The Merchant of Venice? This timeless classic, penned by the bard himself, is one of his most controversial yet intriguing works. It's a tale that spins a web of love, friendship, justice, and mercy, all against the backdrop of the charming cityscapes of Venice and Belmont. The Merchant of Venice is more than just a play. It's an exploration of human nature, a testament to the power of mercy over strict adherence to the law, and a reflection on the dynamics of love and friendship. Shakespeare masterfully weaves together a narrative that holds a mirror to society, challenging us to question our own perceptions of justice and mercy. So prepare yourself for a journey like no other. Dive into the mesmerizing world of Venice and Belmont as we unravel the story of the Merchant of Venice. At the heart of this play lies a tale of three caskets, a pound of flesh, and a bond that shakes the very foundation of Venetian society. As we journey into the heart of the Merchant of Venice, we find ourselves in the bustling city of Venice, where our protagonist Antonio, a wealthy merchant, is found in a melancholic state. Despite his wealth and prosperity, Antonio finds himself in a predicament. His dear friend Bassanio requires a hefty sum to woo the affluent heiress Portia in far-off Belmont. Yet Antonio's funds are all tied up in his trading ventures at sea. In desperation, Antonio seeks out Shylock, a Jewish moneylender, and proposes a bond. If Antonio fails to repay the loan on time, Shylock is entitled to a pound of Antonio's flesh. A chilling agreement, yet Antonio, confident in the return of his ships, accepts. Meanwhile, in Belmont, Portia is dealing with her own predicament. Her late father's will stipulates that her suitors must pass a test to win her hand in marriage. They must choose from three caskets, one gold, one silver, and one lead, with only the correct choice leading to Portia. As the plot thickens, we find Bassanio making his choice. Guided not by outward show, but by inner worth, he chooses the lead casket, winning Portia's hand and heart. Yet their joy is short-lived, as news arrives of Antonio's ships lost at sea, leaving him unable to repay Shylock. The scene then shifts to the Venetian court, where Antonio stands trial for his life. Shylock, driven by a desire for revenge against Antonio's past insults, demands his pound of flesh. The situation seems dire until Portia, disguised as a learned doctor of laws, steps in. In a riveting court scene, Portia argues that while Shylock is entitled to a pound of Antonio's flesh, the bond does not entitle him to spill even a drop of Antonio's blood. Outmaneuvered, Shylock is forced to abandon his claim. But Portia doesn't stop there. She further argues that Shylock, as a foreigner who sought to harm a Venetian citizen, has forfeited his property and his life. The Duke, moved by Portia's arguments, spares Shylock's life, but seizes half his wealth, leaving him a broken man. With the court's judgment, the scales of justice tip, but is it towards right or wrong? Let's delve deeper. Shakespearean characters are never one-dimensional. They are complex, full of contradictions, and oh so human. And the characters in Merchant of Venice are no exception. Let's dive into the heart of these characters and see what makes them tick. First, we have Antonio, the titular Merchant of Venice. He's a wealthy man and a loyal friend, willing to risk his own life for Bassanio's sake. But beneath his noble exterior, Antonio carries a melancholic air. He's a man often lost in his own thoughts, troubled by an unexplained sadness. His hatred for Shylock, the Jewish moneylender, also reveals a darker side to his character, reflecting the religious prejudice of his time. Next up is Shylock, one of Shakespeare's most controversial characters. Shylock is a Jewish moneylender, often vilified and mocked for his faith. He's a character driven by revenge, seeking justice against those who've wronged him. But is Shylock just a villain? Or is he a victim of his society's prejudice? It's this ambiguity that makes Shylock such a fascinating character, a mirror reflecting society's own biases. Then we have Portia, the heiress of Belmont. She's intelligent, witty, and independent. A woman who manipulates the rules to assert her agency in a patriarchal society. But she's also bound by her father's will, forced to marry the man who chooses the right casket. Portia's character challenges the traditional roles of women, showcasing her cunning and intelligence in a society dominated by men. And finally, there's Bassanio, Antonio's friend and Portia's suitor. Bassanio is a character driven by ambition and love. He's a man in debt, seeking to marry Portia to secure his financial future. But beneath his mercenary motives, Bassanio genuinely loves Portia, willing to give up everything for her. His character embodies the struggle between personal ambition and love, a tug of war that's all too human. But these characters are not isolated entities. Their lives are intertwined, their stories woven together in a complex tapestry. Antonio's selfless love for Bassanio leads him to borrow money from Shylock, setting the stage for conflict. Shylock's desire for revenge against Antonio exposes the deep-seated religious prejudice of their society. Portia's clever manipulation of the law saves Antonio, revealing her intelligence and wit. And Bassanio's love for Portia, his ambition, triggers the events of the narrative, driving the plot forward. These characters, with their flaws and virtues, their hopes and fears, bring depth to the narrative. They are the lifeblood of the story, their actions and reactions shaping the course of events. Each character in their own way reflects aspects of the human condition, showcasing Shakespeare's keen understanding of human nature. These characters bring life to the narrative, each playing their part in the grand scheme of things. They are the heart and soul of Merchant of Venice. Their stories a testament to the timeless appeal of Shakespeare's works. Shakespeare's works are often laden with profound themes and messages. The Merchant of Venice is no exception. Let's delve into the central themes of this remarkable play. Justice is one of the main themes that Shakespeare explores. It's depicted in various forms, from the strict interpretation of the law to the idea of divine justice. Portia's famous speech, "The quality of mercy is not strained," beautifully encapsulates this theme. She pleads for mercy, a form of justice that goes beyond the rigid interpretation of laws. This leads us to the theme of mercy, another powerful concept that Shakespeare weaves into the narrative. Mercy is portrayed as a divine quality, a virtue that is superior to revenge. The character of Portia embodies this theme as she implores Shylock to show mercy, reminding us of the power of forgiveness and compassion in a world often ruled by law and vengeance. Moving on, friendship is a theme that's beautifully woven into the play. The bond between Antonio and Bassanio serves as a testament to the strength of their friendship. This deep camaraderie, this willingness to risk everything for a friend, adds another layer of complexity to the narrative. The theme of love is also intricately weaved into the tapestry of the play. We see romantic love between Bassanio and Portia, and Jessica and Lorenzo. However, Shakespeare also explores the idea of love as a motivating force that can lead individuals to make extreme choices, just as Antonio does for Bassanio. These themes are not just abstract concepts, but they have a profound significance in the context of the play. They guide the characters' actions, influence the plot, and ultimately shape the narrative. They bring depth to the story, making it more than just a tale of a merchant and a moneylender. Through his exploration of justice, mercy, friendship, and love, Shakespeare not only entertains, but also makes us ponder on these timeless issues. He holds up a mirror to society, challenging us to reflect on our understanding and application of these themes in our lives. These themes make The Merchant of Venice a timeless piece, relevant even in today's world. The Merchant of Venice is more than just a play. It's a critique, a mirror held up to society. It explores universal themes of love, prejudice, and the pursuit of justice, themes that resonate even today. The characters, from the shrewd merchant Antonio to the clever and defiant Portia, they all represent various facets of humanity, their virtues and vices alike. The play's relevance in modern times is undeniable. It encourages us to question our perceptions and prejudices, to challenge the status quo and fight for justice, much like its characters. It's a testament to the timeless genius of William Shakespeare, his keen understanding of human nature, and his ability to present it in such a compelling and thought-provoking manner. The lessons it imparts are numerous. It teaches us empathy, perseverance, and the importance of standing up for what's right, even when faced with adversity. So the next time you think of The Merchant of Venice, remember, it's not just a story, it's a reflection of the world we live in. Do like, share, and subscribe our channel for more content.